Welcome to Old Folks Racing PlayStation. Has been a while. This is very late coverage of the Vintage GT Championship that continues now in round 3. A little bit late coverage. We already finished this championship. Nevertheless, we look back at a very exciting round, always with the Nissan that you can see there on your screen, the GT Vintage, in the amazing American circuit of Willow Springs International Raceway. So this is round 3. This is the 5th race of the season. We have a pretty good lineup here, and we're going to go through the starting grid for race 1. It is Jorge Jesus on pole position, followed by Darren Head, followed by Samanao and Scott Levin in the second row, Diogo Silva and Gonçalo Mota on the third row, John Scott and Peter Adrian on the fourth row. Fifth row, it's Kev Allen and David Emge, and Steve is in 11th spot. Good to see some new drivers in Old Folks Racing PlayStation. So let's go and find out what happened in this race. That's going to be 14 laps of action. And we have some very similar liveries there at the front, and it is Jorge Jesus that has a good start. Diogo Silva there in the yellow car also has a good start, but it's going to be Jorge Jesus in turn 1, or is he? No, it's Darren Head. Darren Head is in the lead of, no, it's Jorge Jesus, sorry, Jorge Jesus is in the lead of the race. Darren Head was momentarily in first, but look at that, in third place, that's Samanao, followed by Diogo Silva. He's got a good start there. In fourth spot, fifth is Gonçalo Mota. Sixth is Scott Levy. Scott Levy is dropping back there. Scott Levy is dropping back. And is off the track as well. Off the track as well is John Scott. As we continue to race around this Willow Springs circuit, Jorge Jesus in that number 3 car is in the lead of this race. Through the back section there, Samanao under pressure from Diogo Silva. There's the battle for third place, and the top 2 already checking out a little bit from the remainder of the pack. Everyone still in one piece as they go now through the final section of this Willow Springs circuit, and it's going to be the first of 14 laps here in this race. Jorge Jesus continues to lead this race, but Darren Head is very close indeed. This last corner is very tricky in this car, but it's going to be Jorge Jesus. Look at this, Diogo Silva and Samanao. Samanao almost lost it. Did he lose it? I believe he may have lost it, but comes back into the track as Diogo Silva continues to be very close to Samanao. Diogo Silva almost losing it there through turn 1. You can drift a little bit through this corner. Look at this. Oh, Darren Head is off. Darren Head is off. Darren Head is off. What happened there to Darren Head? Disaster for the driver that was in the front row. We're trying to understand where he is. He's in the grass. We'll go and have a look at the replay. He's dropped back to, oh, now he's spun again. He's dropped back to 11th spot. This is a disaster for that number 23, but what on earth happened here? We're going to go back to the chase camera and try to understand what on earth happened between the two leaders as Darren Head goes off the track, and he was battling with the race leader Jorge Jesus. What on earth happened here to Darren Head? It seems that they made contact as Darren was in second place. This is turn 1. Jorge is going to go a little bit loose there. And then Darren, oh, it just comes back, and oh, and that spins contact. It's very easy to make contact with these cars and completely destabilize the car. As now to compound his problems, he's going to spin again. Of course, no use of the reset button here in Old Folks Racing PlayStation. That doesn't work anymore. So he's down to 11. 10th is John Scott. 9th is David Emge. Steve is up into 8th place, but he's off as well. Now he's off. He's off, and didn't spin, but loses. Steve Obes loses 2 positions to John Scott and to David Emge and John Scott. And John Scott has, where is he? He's in 10th spot. Then head in 11th. Let's go back to the race lead as Jorge Jesus continues to lead this race. There's a battle there at the back between Gonçalo Mota and Scott Tiavalan. Sorry, I believe Gonçalo Mota up into 4th place now. And oh, George Jesus is running wide there. Here comes Simon Allen. Simon Allen is the new leader. Simon Allen is the new leader. That number 3 as well is now in the lead. George Jesus in the last corner. Look at this. This is Diogo Silva on the inside of George Jesus, and he's got the job done. Or is he? No, they make contact. They make contact. George Jesus and Diogo Silva make contact, and they are going to go off. Are they? Oh no! George Jesus and Diogo Silva, both of them make contact, and now we get a replay of this as it happened. But Diogo Silva is back on the track, so is George Jesus in 7th and 8th. Let's go and see from Diogo Silva's perspective what happened. This is drama again in turn 1 on the 3rd lap of this race, and again 2 drivers at the front making contact. Let's see exactly how this drama has unfolded. As oh, look at that. That's well. Let's actually look at what happened to George Jesus in the first place. How he lost the lead. Because yes, that was the problem. He goes in too deep in the last corner. He knows he's now going too fast. He's off the line. Here comes Simon Allen. Nothing that George can do. Now he's lost momentum. Diogo Silva comes and he's going to try the inside of turn 1. And they're side by side as they go through the start-finish line. Diogo Silva is actually ahead of George Jesus. He breaks earlier, and then George, and they just connected, and now it's very difficult to unconnect these cars, and they both end up in the dirt as both try to rejoin without the reset button. That's good practice and leaving plenty of space for other drivers to go through. There goes George Jesus now back into 7th spot, and this is disastrous for race leader, well, former race leader George Jesus. Look at this. Diogo Silva is going to try to overtake him almost immediately, but not quite. Simon Allen is now the leader of this race, followed by Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo Mota really going up the field, making no mistake there. Gonçalo Mota. 3rd is Kev Allen. 4th is Scott Davely, and Kev Allen going very wide there. We're still on lap 3 out of 14. 4th is Scott Davey, 5th is Peter Adrian, 6th is David Emke, and then we have George Jesus and Diogo Silva, 2 drivers that got delayed by that earlier incident, followed by Steve Opes, Darren Head in 10th, and John Scott, where is he? We're trying to find him on the circuit. He seems to be stopped. We're trying to move to chase camera to see where he is. Oh no, he's in heaven. And John Scott has retired from this race, so we have 10 runners. Darren Head is in 10th. Let's go back to the race leader as he completed another lap. He's now on lap 4, and the top 5 are still within the same screen. 4.5 seconds separating the top 4. Gonçalo Mota 1 second behind Simon Allen, then is Kev Allen, then is Scott Davely, then is Peter Adrian. Doing a good job there, Peter, in 5th place, still in the mix for a podium. Then is David Emke, and David is under pressure from a recovering George Jesus. As well, this camera is not great, is it? As Diogo Silva is already a little bit delayed there. Diogo Silva, oh no, he's not, sorry. Oh, Diogo Silva actually has gone ahead of George Jesus. What happened to George Jesus? He must have made another mistake there. As now the battle for 6th place is between David Emke and Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva is going to go as more momentum there, getting up. Oh, a little bit tricky, but David give him space, and I think that this is going to be a job done for Diogo Silva up into 6th place. The problem now is that he's 7 seconds behind Peter Adrian in the 5th spot, as he... Oh, and he's off, he's completely off there, and into the barrier goes Diogo Silva. What on earth has happened to him? And he is stuck there, completely stuck there. He seems to have had some sort of problem. This may be another retirement here for so Diogo Silva in 10th spot. John Scott has already retired. We'll keep an eye on that situation there as Simon Allen continues to lead from Gonçalo Mota, from Kev Allen, Scott Davely, and Peter Adrian now lost a little bit of time there. He's 1.2 seconds, sorry, behind 1.2 seconds behind Scott. 60 David Emge. 7th now is George Zush, and they are very close to one another. There they are. George Zush trying to get back into the mix here by attacking David Emge for 6th spot. There they go now. On the back end of the circuit is the closest battle we have on the track. We'll keep an eye on other distances, and then there you go on the gap. Sorry, as now George Zuz is going to go again. This is the same thing that happened with Diogo Silva, as he just gets more momentum getting out of that corner. But David Emge is having none of it now, as they go side by side, and David is going to be overtaken there by George Zuz. George Zuz is. George Zush is what happened to Diogo Silva? He still stopped there. I think he's probably retired. Darren Head is up into 6th spot. Simon Allen followed by Gonçalo Mota. Now Kev Allen is starting to reduce the gap there to Gonçalo Mota in 2nd place. There he goes. 4th is Scott Davis, losing a bit of touch there with the top 3, and Peter Adrian is a couple of seconds back. Simon Allen is, well, look at the gap now, has reduced again, and there are seconds momentarily there, but is Gonçalo Mota the driver that is mostly vulnerable. Look at this, the top 3 are getting glued to one another, as Simon Allen is facing some sort of issue. We're not sure. Simon Allen is holding on to the lead. We're not yet in the midpoint of this race. Simon Allen is going to complete another lap. There he is. Now, lap 6. Let's do around the field. Simon Allen is the leader, followed by Gonçalo Mota, followed by Kev Allen. These have now checked out from Scott Davis, who is a couple of seconds back there. 5th is Peter Adrian. 6th is George Zush. He's 6 seconds behind Peter Adrian. Let's look at the lap time. George Zush, the man that was on pole position, has done a 1:26.245. That's a very fast lap indeed. 1.5 seconds faster than Peter Adrian, so he's still got the time to challenge for a top 5. 7th is David Emge. Now under pressure from a recovering Darren Head. Darren had that problem earlier in the race after contact with George Jesus. Is in 8th spot. 9th is Steve Hopes. And Diogo Silva is still running. He managed to find a new set of pedals after breaking the spring on his throttle pedal, we understand. Now he is with backup pedals trying to hold on to 10th place. He's a lap down, or maybe a couple of laps down already. He's done the 3:44.566, but he is running, no, he's done the 1:30.566, which is slowest car on the field, but still going. Let's go back to the race lead because we've got new developments. Gonçalo Mota is very much in play for the race lead. Look at this. Gonçalo Mota is going to go for the move there. He's going to go for the move in turn 1. Is he going to go for the move in turn 1? No, he's not. Yes, he is. And almost contact. Turn 1 has been terrible for contact between the top drivers, and now it is Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo Mota's turn. Kev Allen is a very close spectator to this battle. Simon Allen seems to be struggling a lot with the tire wear at this point. We are just past the midpoint of this race, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Gonçalo Mota takes the lead of this race, because he seems to have better pace at this moment. And Kev Allen, surely he's in the mix for the win. Running wide there a little bit is not going to help his cause. But Simon Allen is making way too many mistakes. Here comes Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo Mota is the new leader of this race. Gonçalo Mota has taken the lead of this race. Oh, Simon Allen is coming back at him. Simon Allen is coming back at him, but now this is absolute. Oh, and Simon Allen is going to go off. Simon Allen is going to go off. He's off the track. He's absolutely off the track. Simon Allen is off the track. What on earth has happened here? Gonçalo Mota is the new leader. Simon Allen is still in 4th. And something has happened to David Emke as well. David Emke has had a problem. He's dropped down. Well, so did Peter Adrian. He's done a 138. So we are going to just rewind a little bit to understand what has happened. 138 is a rather slow time. So let's do a bit of catch up, because I sense something has happened with Peter Adrian and David Emke, because they were both in front of Jorge Jesus, and now Jorge Jesus is in front of both of them. So maybe something has happened, well, certainly to Peter, but it doesn't make any sense, because Jorge Jesus was, well, 6 seconds behind. And yes, this is what happened. Well, Peter Adrian and Jorge Jesus have gotten to... Oh, that's Darren Head there in there as well. So let's have a look, shall we, at what on earth has happened here. Because, Peter Adrian has been on his own, off the track. There he is, just zagging when he should be zigging. He didn't use the reset button. He lost the position to Jorge Jesus, who in turn had passed David Emke. Now Darren Head is also recovering, so now David Emke is down into 8th place. Darren Head is challenging for 6th. Jorge Jesus is long gone. But what we hadn't seen was that these two are going to make contact, and we're going to find out how exactly that panned out as they go side by side. Darren Head is ahead at this point, not completely, but he's ahead. Peter has the line now. Now Peter is ahead, that number 23 and that number 23, and now they just make contact, and they make contact again, and it is Darren Head that goes spinning into the gravel trap and continues now in 8th spot. So Darren Head actually went back to where he was before overtaking David Emke. David Emke had lost a few positions, but now has recovered 1 because of Darren Head's demise. Peter Adrian down into 6th place after that off-road excursion, and Jorge Jesus is basically now in 5th position, and the bad news is almost 9 seconds, well, 8 seconds behind 4th, who is Scott Davely. So let's see if there are any further developments. We haven't, well, now we have Gonçalo Mota in the lead of this race, so that's a bit of a replay of what happened here as Gonçalo Mota takes the place, and Simon Allen now goes for, well, an extremely wild excursion there, and goes back into 4th place, and Jorge Jesus is in 5th. So plenty of action here, as Jorge Jesus now is very close to Simon Allen. We'll keep an eye on that battle, but let's go through the field again. Gonçalo Mota is now the race leader here in Willow Springs. Lap 9 underway. Kev Allen in 2nd place, still in the mix. Scott Davely on the podium position, but 4 seconds back. Simon Allen has lost an enormous amount of time there, and he is with Jorge Jesus very close indeed, as they all have the same livery here. That number 3 of Simon Allen and that number 3 of Jorge Jesus, and we've seen already a crash between 2 drivers with the same livery. That was Darren Head and Peter Adrian. I'm not sure if you're going to see another one here, as Jorge Jesus goes on the inside there, and he's going for it, and Simon Allen has no response, or does he? Now he's got the response, he's got the momentum coming off the corner, and he's still in 4th place. Nice battle here between these 2 drivers. Meanwhile, David Emke is in 6th. Darren Head is trying to recover now in 7th. He's past Peter Adrian, actually. Peter Adrian down into 9th. Steve Obbs in the, sorry, Peter Adrian down into 8th, not 9th. Steve Obbs in 9th. And Diogo Silva, he's a lap down in 10th place, and he's not going to recover that lap. So he's just trying to go to the end and get some points. There is Simon Allen in fourth place. Now look at this, the battle for the lead is heating up as Gonçalo Mota becomes under increasing pressure from Kev Allen, so maybe we're going to see a change of lead here last few laps, and we still haven't found out who is going to be the winner of this race. We had Jorge Jesus lead this race, Darren had momentarily as well. Then we had Simon Allen for a long time, and then Gonçalo Mota took the lead on the track, and almost immediately we had Simon Allen go off the track. So now Gonçalo Mota just needs to hold on for another 4 laps, but tire wear seems to be a bit of an issue, and that red car of Kev Allen is really reducing that gap. And Kev looks to me like he's got the better package. At the moment there's a battle there in the background, that's between Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus, of course, 4th place. They are recovering time from Scott Davely. Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus around 1.5 seconds faster than Scott on this last lap, but we have 4 laps to go, so they might still... Oh, look at this, this is quite committed going off the track there by both drivers, Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus, and here comes the battle for the lead again. 4 laps to go, sorry. 4 laps to go at the line, and it is that number 8 of Gonçalo Mota that continues to lead this race. There he is leading this race, going for the win. Not the first time that he has won this year. He's won in the Mazda MX-5 season and a couple of other seasons as well, I believe. So it's been a good year for Gonçalo Mota, and he's now trying to consolidate that with a win here in round 3 at Willow Springs, but Kev Allen is still in the mix. Simon Allen continues to defend from Jorge Jesus. These two are together and continue to be together. We'll see, keep an eye on the battle for the lead here as they go now through the infield section of this Willow Springs circuit, going into the corner that leads into the final very fast section of this circuit, and Gonçalo Mota is under pressure from Kev Allen. Look at this, Kev Allen could do a move here, he could do a move here, Kev Allen could do a move here. He's going to try to go side by side with Gonçalo Mota, and they're not yet side by side. Oh, and Kev Allen is off, Kev Allen is off. Is he going to maintain his position? Yes, he is, but he's lost time. That number 72 has definitely lost time, as Gonçalo Mota now has a bit of breathing space there, and that's Diogo Silva there in the horizon, almost losing a second lap. Not particularly quick, he's done a 1:29.828. He's not the slowest driver on the track, but almost. Gonçalo Mota continues to lead this race. He's off now, is Gonçalo Mota, and so is Kev Allen. Look at this, they are absolutely nose to tail, as are these two, Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus, battling for 4th place. Now Scott Davely has done a better time now, a 1:27.517. That's still a second. That's still a second slower than Jorge Jesus and Simon Allen, by the way. Jorge Jesus has done a really fast lap, 1:26.049. Now just a couple of laps to go, and Gonçalo Mota is within sight of the victory. We'll keep an eye on the other battles. It's very difficult to keep an eye on 2 battles at the same time, especially when we have so many battles at the front. There is Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus, but this is now 2 laps to go at the line for Gonçalo Mota, and Gonçalo Mota starting to believe that he can win this race now if he can hold on for 2 more laps. But Kev Allen is getting closer now. Closer is Kev Allen. Let's look at Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus. They continue to be very much nose to tail, not much there between the two of them. Lap 13, 2 laps to go now at the front, and who is going? Oh, Gonçalo Mota is off, and so is Kev Allen, but Gonçalo Mota is, oh no! No! Gonçalo Mota has lost it on his own, and where is he going to re-emerge? He's going to lose second, he's going to lose third potentially. No, he's not, but he's lost a lot of momentum. Look at this, can he keep his third place, or is he going to be overtaken by Simon Allen and Jorge Jesus? And the answer is not sure. Is there? Look at this, Jorge Jesus is trying to overtake both of them. This is not going to end well. This is not going to end well, but now we've got a three-way battle for third place. Gonçalo Mota has lost momentum. He's probably lost a little bit of grip on his tires as well. He's trying to hold on to that third place. His massive disappointment there, losing the lead with only a couple of laps to go. Simon Allen is going to go for it, or is he? Kev Allen is on the leader, 5.8 seconds, and now just one more lap to go. Here comes Simon Allen on the inside. There he goes. Simon Allen does it. Simon Allen is taking the position. Nice move there by Simon Allen. Now he's Jorge Jesus turning, and Gonçalo Mota is trying to hold on to that position, but he's certainly going to lose. There he is. Jorge Jesus is going ahead, side by side racing in this last corner of Willow Springs, and Jorge Jesus has gone through. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, Gonçalo Mota, what a disappointment. He's lost multiple positions. Now we are entering the last lap of this race. Look at this, this is Jorge Jesus on the inside of Simon Allen. This is excellent racing here in the GT Vintage Cup. Gonçalo Mota is going to try to make it 3 wide, going through the middle. He's going to go on the inside of Simon Allen. Simon Allen trying to defend for his life there, but Gonçalo Mota comes in and takes the position, or does he? Simon Allen takes the inside. Now Gonçalo Mota is going to go on the outside, back into third place. Can he hold on? Can he hold on to it? Can he hold on? The answer is yes, he can. He can hold on to it. We have a massive battle here on the last lap between Jorge Jesus, Gonçalo Mota, and Simon Allen. Simon Allen down into fifth now. Gonçalo Mota runs wide there. Oh no, the contact between the two drivers. Contact between the two drivers, and Gonçalo Mota, is he going to spin? No, he's not going to spin, but he loses the position. We'll get a replay certainly of what happened, because Gonçalo Mota certainly got the worst out of that contact. To actually investigate this last lap move in minute detail here at Willow Springs. What on earth has happened? A bit of pushing and shoving there, but it all started with Gonçalo Mota actually losing it a little bit on the braking area. Let's see what happened. This is Gonçalo Mota. He's behind Jorge Jesus. He's not really threatening now. He's going to miss the braking point a little bit. He's too fast in the corner. He runs wide. Oh, he gets contact by Simon Allen, and then he just gets completely out of shape and ends up losing the position. Let's get this from Simon Allen's perspective. Certainly a little bit of a controversial move, but Simon Allen really was on the last lap also going for it. Was there a gap or not is what we're trying to establish here. There is Simon Allen. He sees that Gonçalo Mota is overdoing it, and he goes for it, but then there's no space for the two cars. Simon gets out of it, but then Gonçalo Mota is clearly a little bit loose and ends up losing the position. Here comes your winner, is going to be Kev Allen. Kev Allen is going to score a momentous win here at Willow Springs. Nice race from Kev. He was always in contention and hasn't made any mistakes whatsoever. Here goes Diogo Silva in front of him, but he's a lap down. And now it's the checkered flag for Kev Allen. Kev Allen takes the checkered flag, followed by Scott Davely. Scott Davely, nicely done there in second place. Third is going to be Jorge Jesus, the man on pole position, didn't convert into a win. Fourth is going to be Simon Allen. Fifth is going to be Gonçalo Mota. Sixth is going to be Darren Head, delayed in the beginning of the race by that incident with Jorge Jesus. Finishes the race in sixth place. Seventh is going to be Peter Adrian. Eighth is going to be David Emge. There he is in the final corner of this Willow Springs track. Ninth is going to be Steve Opes. And 10th, a lap down, is going to be Diogo Silva. What an amazing race we had here in Willow Springs. Multiple leaders, multiple sources of drama, and Kev Allen returning to victory lane here in All Fox Racing PlayStation. Has been a while, followed by Scott Davely, followed by Jorge Jesus is your podium here in race 1. We shall proceed to immediately go to race 2 of this round. That's going to be race number 6 out of 10 in this championship. We continue with the same car and the same track, just a different qualifying. We'll load that replay right now. That's going to be the conclusion of round 3 out of 5. We'll not have replays for round 4, so we will next provide you a view of the season finale at Bannock Bray. What a race that was, coming soon to this channel. For now, it's going to be Willow Springs continued, and in this case is going to be again with the GT Vintage Nissan. You can see there on the screen, and this very fast flowing circuit, very sandy circuit as well, of Willow Springs in California. As we have, you can see there, I suppose that's 4 kilometers, not miles, in length, not a lot of corners, and race 2 has a different starting grid, of course. After qualifying, it was Simon Allen, followed by George Duz on the first row, Dan Head and Kev Allen on the second. Third row is Scott Davey and Gonçalo Mota. Fourth row, Diogo Silva and Peter Adrian. Fifth row is Jambo and David Emge. We lost a couple of drivers. Steve Vogue is not in the second race, and we do not see John Scott back either. We hope that they're going to be joining future races. For now, it is the start of race 2, and look at this, Simon Allen with a start that looked a little bit too good, and a bit of confusion there at the start of this race. But it is Simon Allen. No, it's not. Who's in the lead of this race? It's George Zuj in the lead of this race, and we don't seem to have a leaderboard, which is not great. It is George Zuj that's the leader, but we'll find out what on earth happened with the start, because it just looked a little bit too good to be true, and we do hope that the leaderboard gets fixed. We had this problem before in this game, particularly with race 2 replays, surprisingly, but what a start this was by George Jesus. Let's have a look at Simon Allen's start instead, actually, because Simon Allen didn't start. There he is. It was a very poor start there by Simon Allen. George Jesus jumps into the lead, and then it is Darren Head at number 23 in second place, side by side there into the first corner. Let's go back into trackside mode. George Jesus then running wide, and really we are going to struggle in this race without the leaderboard. Particularly, we have so many liveries that are so similar. We're going to struggle big time to understand what's going on the track. But for now, it is George Zush, followed by, I believe, Darren Head. Is Darren Head in second place or third place? Is in second place, followed by Simon Allen. Oh, no! Darren Head spins. Darren Head spins. This is a disaster for Darren Head again, and he continues spinning. Oh dear. He's now backing up, and he is. Oh no, Darren Head really struggling with that car. George Zush is in the lead of the race, followed by Simon Allen and then Kev Allen. And then a bunch of other drivers. I believe Scott Davey is in the mix there. There he is in fourth place. Then is, I believe, Gonçalo Mota. No, it's Gonçalo Mota, and then it's Peter Adrian, I believe, in front of Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva running wide there, and then behind Diogo Silva, look at this, there's a bit of a 3 wide there. That other number 23 is Peter Adrian, so that green and white car is Jumbo. Yes, Jumbo is there. Oh, Jumbo hits Diogo Silva in the back. And they both went wide, and Diogo Silva goes very wide there in turn 1. A bit of a misunderstanding between the two drivers, perhaps of braking points. Diogo Silva bizarrely keeps the position, and Jumbo is behind him, and some other driver, that's David Emge, also got delayed. No, he didn't got. Yes, he did get delayed in the process. Let's go back to the race leader, and oh, that's George Jesus. Someone else in pit lane. That's Darren Head. Darren Head is very delayed. Was he in pit lane? Did we miss something there? Did anyone got a penalty for... Yes, Darren Head got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start, and this has compounded his problems. He didn't lose any positions because he was in last place already. That's a disastrous round for Darren Head, a championship contender. Didn't do very well in race 1, and race 2 has now, well, I'm not entirely sure he's going to be able to recover any positions with that delay, plus the fact that he has now had to do a he's had to do a drive-through. So now let's look at the race leaders. That's George Zeus, Simon Allen, Kev Allen, followed by Scott Davely, and in 5th place is Gonçalo Mota, I believe. Let's try to understand what's going on here as Simon Allen goes in the inside, almost in the last corner, and Simon Allen is going to go for the lead, or is he? Yes, Simon Allen is on the inside, these two number 3s, and I believe it's Simon Allen on the inside there. Simon Allen is going to go for the inside, and he's going to go for the lead of this race. Yes, Simon Allen, nice move there into turn 1, goes for the race lead, and everyone running wide, including and especially Kev Allen. Now there's, oh, look at this side-by-side racing there between George Jesus and Simon Allen. This is excellent racing again, and George Jesus goes back into the lead of this race. This is excellent stuff, and apologies, we will not be able to see a lot of action behind unless we can capture it on the screen, because we don't have a proper leaderboard working. So we'll concentrate on the battles that we can see on the screen, and no better battle than this one here at the front. At least the lap counter is working. We are on lap 3 of 14, and George Jesus is the leader. Simon Allen running wide there. Third is Kev Allen. There's a good battle there at the back between Scott Lively and Gonçalo Mota. I'm not entirely sure who's ahead. I believe it is Scott Lively in 4th place. No, he's not. It's Gonçalo Mota in 4th place. Gonçalo Mota is in 4th place, followed by Scott Davely, followed by Peter Adrian. Peter doing a good job there, holding on to the pack and still in the mix for a podium. And behind Peter is in 6th place, 7th is Diogo Silva. But look at the battle for the lead is Jorge Jesus, followed by Simon Allen, followed by Kev Allen. Jorge Jesus continues to lead this race, lap 4 out of 14. Kev Allen running wide again, big time there. Gonçalo Mota, followed by Scott Davely, followed by Peter Adrian. Will focus on the top 6, and we will keep an eye on the other drivers in this race. Darren Head is in 10th, so then we only have 7th, 8th, and 9th. And 7th is Diogo Silva, 8th is, I believe, Jumbo, and 9th is David Emge. But we'll just keep an eye from time to time on those battles there. We got plenty of action here at the front. Let's see the gap between Gonçalo Mota and Scott Davely. Gonçalo Mota is under pressure from the American driver here at Willow Springs. Lap 4 out of 14 here in this race. Jorge Jesus continues to lead now. Another lap is going to be completed very shortly. As Jorge Jesus, well, running wide there. Jorge Jesus running wide big time, but not enough of an error for Simon Allen to take advantage. They're also opening a gap there to Kev Allen. Kev is just losing a little bit of time there. He's not outside of the battle, but he's trying really hard, and he always runs wide. No, didn't run wide this time round in turn 1. Not the battle that's heating up is Gonçalo Mota in 4th place, because he's really having a bit of a train there with Scott Davely and Peter Adrian. Lap 5 out of 14. We are reaching the midpoint of this race very, very shortly, as Peter Adrian is a close spectator there of that battle. Let's go back to the lead of this race, and look at this, is Jorge Jesus now under severe pressure from Simon Allen, as they go through the last fast section. And look at this, and George Jesus not leaving a lot of space there for Simon Allen. Simon in the gravel, in the dust there of the sandy landscape of this Willow Springs circuit, as they now are going to complete another lap. Absolutely nose to tail, and George Jesus is running a little bit wide. This does not look good for George Jesus because he's going to be extremely vulnerable there in the start finish line. Simon Allen is running side by side. He was on the outside, now he's coming towards the inside. He's not close enough to make a move in turn one, I would say, but he certainly has helped another driver, that's Kev Allen, that's really now made it back into the leading pack. And look at this, oh, Simon Allen is off, and he's losing second position there. He's losing second position. He didn't spin, but lost. He was trying to make a move on the inside of George Jesus, but didn't really quite work. And here comes the winner of race one, Kev Allen, now surely in the mix for the win here. Dennis Gonçalves Mota and Scott Davis continue to be together, but we'll keep a close look at the top three of this race, as we are not yet at the midpoint, but very shortly will be. And George Jesus is struggling a little bit. There is, oh no, sorry, I'm completely mixed up. It is, and apologies for this, it is Simon Allen that's in the lead. It was George Jesus, not Simon Allen. No, it was, I apologize, I cannot really follow this race without the leaderboard. It is George Jesus, apologies, it's George Jesus that's in the lead of this race. It was Simon Allen indeed that went wide and off the track and lost the position to Kev Allen. Another lap is going to be complete here, and is going to be George Jesus the leader of this race, followed very closely by Kev Allen and Simon Allen in third. There they are, racing to turn one. Kev Allen is surely going to run wide again. No, he's not. Simon Allen in third. Then is, I believe, Gonçalves Mota, and the driver that's losing a little bit of time now is Peter Adrian, still in sixth place. Let's go back to the race leader. And this battle is absolutely not over, and is certainly going to last for a few more laps, surely, as George Jesus now gets a little bit out of shape there, and now the top three are absolutely nose to tail. This is brilliant stuff here in this Vintage GT Championship. George Jesus is hanging on to that lead, but by the tightest of margins. Look at this, Simon Allen is back in the mix. Simon Allen is back in the mix. He's back in the mix. Kev Allen not leaving much space in there, but the reality is Simon Allen wasn't really alongside him. Another lap is going to be complete, and this is actually going to be the midpoint of the race. It seems that we've been going on for a while now, but we've had so much action that, look at this, the top three absolutely nose to tail. This is brilliant stuff, and Kev Allen is there on the sandwich of number threes. No move into turn one by either Simon or Kev, as look at this is brilliant racing. Kev Allen trying to go on the outside there, but now he's vulnerable on the inside as Simon out. Look at that, this is brilliant stuff between the two Allens. No contact whatsoever. Everyone is behaving so well. And look at this, it's going to be a 3 wide, surely almost 3 wide here. Kev Allen on the outside. This is surely not going to work, or is it? No, it's, well, he ends up losing potentially a position to Simon Allen. What's going to happen here? Simon Allen is on the outside. They touch, but this was Kev Allen's corner surely, and this is going to be is going to continue to be Kev Allen's corner. Hopefully, yes, it is. But the driver that is breathing a little bit more now is George Jesus, because he's managed to get a couple of car lengths of a gap. Brilliant racing here at Willow Springs in this second half of the race, and this is definitely helping George Jesus. The fact that Kev and Simon are so entangled into that battle. There is at number 72, almost contact there in the last corner. Is going to be another lap complete, and they are running on 125s, 126s. Everyone is running wide there, but look at this. Kev Allen now is is in the zone. Kev Allen is in the zone. Is he going to go for it? He's going to go for it in turn 1. He can get alongside. This is a tricky move, but Kev Allen is going to go for the lead. Yes, new leader is Kev Allen. Oh no, he's went off. He went off and loses the position. Simon Allen back into second place, and this is the problem here, especially with slightly worn tires at this point of the race. Lap 9 out of 14. The problem is Kev Allen did make the move, but then didn't manage to stop in time. He hasn't lost a lot of time though, and he is actually trying to get back into second place. But George Jesus holding on to that lead brilliantly. Let's have a quick look at other battles. 4th is Gonçalo Mota, 5th is Scott Davely, 6th is, I believe, Peter Adrian still. Oh, and then someone runs wide there. That was Scott Davely, I believe. Peter Adrian in 6th place. 7th is Diogo Silva, not far behind Peter. 8th should be Jumbo, he's a few seconds back. Then behind him is going to be David Emge, and Darren Head is, I believe, the driver that's going to arrive to that corner. Is Darren Head still in the race? Yes, he is. But he's running last, I believe. Let's go back to the race leader. Is Jorge Jesus completing lap 9. 5 laps to go now. So this is going to be critical for drivers to start making moves now and making statements in this last third of the race. The top 3. Surely the winner is amongst these 3. They cannot tangle possibly with one another, all of them. So it seems to me it's going to be either Jorge Jesus, Simon Allen, or Kev Allen. They run on this order now. Only a few laps to go. Very few laps to go now for these Willow Springs, and Jorge Jesus has made a mistake there. Big mistake there. Almost spun, but held on to that lead. But Simon Allen is absolutely on his tail now, and this is absolutely brilliant stuff again. And now tire wear becomes a massive issue with this car, especially for those drivers that are running the loose setup, which I believe most of these drivers are doing so. By the way, Gonçalo Mota has checked out from Scott Davely. I believe that's game over in terms of the battle for 4th place if they do not make any mistakes between now and the end of the race. Another lap is going to be complete, 4 to go. That's going to be another 4 or 5 minutes in this race, and Jorge Jesus continues to lead this race. Brilliant driving there, not easy to continue leading the race, not making mistakes, and defending from 2 different drivers. Simon Allen is definitely closer this time round, but now it's all about making the right move. We saw Kev Allen try a move before, and it seemed that it had worked, but it didn't really work. And now it's all about choosing the right lap, choosing the right spot on this Willow Springs track. Look at this, Jorge Jesus again running a little bit of a weird line there, and this is where he had a problem on the previous lap. No such problems this time round. Kev Allen seems to be losing a bit of steam there. He's in 3rd place, he's not under threat, but he seems, if he wants to go for the win, he needs to be faster at this point, because we now have only 3 laps to go at the line in this race. 3 laps to go at the line. That's going to be another 3 to 4 minutes or so. And Kev Allen, we do not have the time difference because we don't have a proper leaderboard functioning in this race. It seems to me that he's a second and a bit behind, and that's critical at this point. Kev Allen seems to be getting out of this battle as Jorge Jesus is going to complete lap 11, and Simon Allen very wide there, almost running into pit lane, almost losing it. This is absolutely driving on the limit here for these three drivers, but it seems to me that it's now between Jorge Jesus and Simon Allen, because Kev Allen is losing a little bit of steam. Do we have lap times? Yes, we have, and you can see that Kev Allen has done 1:26.516. That's the slowest of the top 3. Only a couple of laps to go in this race as Jorge Jesus now runs wide there once again. Now, can he hold on to that lead for the final couple of laps of this race. Simon Allen always, oh look at this, he's very close indeed, almost thought that he could do a move, and look at this, he's now going for the move. Yes, look at this, Simon Allen going for the move, and they touch almost. Well, we had contact, but we almost had drama, but this is absolutely not over. Now into this fast section is going to be critical for George to get a good exit out of this corner, and he does so, but Simon Allen gets an even better exit. Now 2 laps to go, the gloves are off, and we have a massive battle for the win here in Willow Springs. Simon Allen is going to go for it in the last corner. Is he? Yes, he is going to go for it. It's not trivial to overtake in the last corner. George Jesus takes the inside line, trying to defend, but this will compromise his speed down the straight, and now he is under pressure once again, but you actually have to be side by side already at this point if you're going to move into turn 1. You basically, it seems that Simon Allen is really close and he might go for the move, but it's a little bit late now to make the move. 2 laps to go this time round. Now this is Simon Allen is going to go for the inside here. This is tricky because the driver in front can defend easily and normally maintain his position. Kev Allen is getting closer, of course, with the 2 battles, the 2 drivers, well, having a little bit of contact, and look at this against George Jesus with a bit of a wide line there. This is where Simon Allen really has a good exit, but can he actually materialize this into a move? No, is the short answer, and George Jesus is going to go into the last lap, possibly leading this race. So let's see what's going to happen. Ooh, runs wide there, not ideal. This is going to compromise his speed big time, and this is surely going to lead to Simon Allen making a move. He also gets a little bit of an exit off the road there. But can he do now something in the last corner? Yes, he's going to do that in the last corner. This is not the last lap yet, but this is critical to get the track position. Simon Allen goes for the lead. Simon Allen goes for the lead. Oh no! George Jesus is off the track. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You will get a replay of what happened here, but this is terrible. And there was contact between the 2 drivers, but I believe that it was George Jesus that hit Simon Allen, not the other way around. But we'll confirm that in a moment. And yes, this is what happened. Simon Allen was going for the move there in the last corner. Let's have a look at what happened here. Simon Allen is coming with more momentum and he's got space. He's certainly going to go for the move, and and George Jesus also went, he went off the track. That's what happened. He went off the track and then went into Simon Allen's path. Simon Allen is the new leader, and what a disappointment it is for George Jesus. We'll keep an eye on where he is. There is Scott Davey. So Gonçalo Mota is up into 3rd place. Scott Davey in 4th place, and I believe that George Jesus is in. George Jesus is in pit lane. No, disaster for George Jesus. We'll see where he re-emerges, but we'll see where the race leader is. That's Simon Allen. Where is Kev Allen, especially? They are absolutely nose to tail on the last lap. We'll keep an eye on other drivers. Let's have a look at where on earth is George Jesus. He's losing an enormous amount of time. He's now getting back into the race, and he's lost the position to Diogo Silva. So this means that Peter Adrian is up into 5th place, and Diogo Silva is up into 6th. But this is not over at the front. It's not over at the front, just a few more laps to go. Look at this, Simon Allen running wide there. Surely he's going to compromise the exits. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Can Kev Allen do a move here? No, he's too far behind. He's too far behind, but just one more corner to go in this race. What an absolute classic this is, racing the GT Vintage here at Willow Springs, and one more lap to go, one more corner to go. I'm sorry. This is going to be surely Simon Allen. This is going to be Simon Allen's win, and he just needs to hold on now. Kev Allen, can he make a move? Can he make a move? The answer is, I don't think he's going to get there. He's not going to get there, and it is Simon Allen that wins the race from Kev Allen from Gonçalo Mota in 3rd place. 4th is Scott Davey. 5th is going to be Peter Adrian. Or is he? Here comes Diogo Silva to the line now. Side by side is going to be Diogo Silva in 5th place. Nicely done. Oh dear, what happened to Peter Adrian on the last lap? They were not even that close. Let's keep an eye on what happened here, because this was absolute classic. I think Peter Adrian must have had some sort of issue on the last corner. No, he did not have an issue. Let's see how this has unfolded. He's in 5th place, and oh, he just gets a little bit out of shape there. No, he's very cautious through the last corner. Very cautious through the last corner, and Diogo Silva is going to appear here, and is going to go for it, and this is going to be very close indeed at the line, but clearly it is Diogo Silva that finished in 5th place. Then it's going to be Jorge Jesus in 7th. Then it's going to be David Emge, or is it going to be Darren Heads? We lost a bit of the plot here. No, Darren Heads is going to be ahead. Darren Heads is going to be in 8th place. Oh no, sorry, Jumbo is going to be in 8th place, Darren Heads is going to be in 9th, and David Emge is going to be in 10th place. What a round we had here at Willow Springs with this car. An absolute perfect combo for close racing in this GT Vintage Championship, and it was Simon Allen that dominated this round in terms of points. He did not win both races, but certainly a very good score for Simon Allen. So this is not going to be a repeat of the race. We had Kev Allen win race 1, Simon Allen win race 2. That completes the coverage of this round, and we shall see you very soon in the same channel with the final round of this championship.